Next up, building a skill. So, like I said earlier, a skill is something that you would build when you expect to need to repeat a multi-step task more than once. The previous example we just saw, that's not really something I expect to do a lot. I hope, once we optimize the site, it's going to be good for some time. So I don't think it's worth building a skill for something like this. A skill would be something you expect to use at least a few times a month. And it works very much in the same way as the multi-step task. The only difference is that first you need to ask it to build a skill for you. And that's one thing that I found a bit challenging at first with Cowork is you don't have an interface that you go into, with a button, create a new skill. Everything that Cowork creates for you is done via the chat. It's the same for scheduled tasks as well. You actually need to ask it to do it for you. And one thing to understand as well is that it's a good idea to define the name of your skill or the name of your task, because otherwise Cowork will define it for you. So I find that it's helpful to just use usually 2 words with a dash in between, something that's going to be easy for you to remember. And here, the scenario is a real scenario that we're using internally. It's a skill called discovery prep. Now, it's another sales scenario, but you can use an equivalent to prep for any type of calls. Here, the purpose of this skill is to help us prepare before discovery meetings with clients. But you could have an equivalent if you're a project manager to help you prepare for project status meetings. So there's, any type of meeting that has the same repeated steps that you need to take to prepare for them could be turned into a skill. And here for the skills, I like to start by explaining what I'm going to be providing, because very often my skills, anyway, start with me giving data. So for example, here I say I'm going to give to you the name of a contact, the name of a company, or information referring to a recent inquiry. Usually it's one of the first 2. Your role will be to help me prepare for a discovery call with that person or company about the opportunity. And so then I'm asking for everything I need in a discovery call. And I'm telling it, so same principles as earlier, where to search, which is my inbox, Dynamics 365 sales, and also our customer care SharePoint site for relevant information about the account and about the company and about the contact. I'm also asking it to search the web for what's happening for the company and for this person right now, because it's always very useful to have context that can help me understand what are going to be this person and this company's top priorities as relates to their inquiry. And then I'm asking it to create a report. Now, this time I'm asking for a Word document, because in that way I can use it to take notes during the call as well. And in it, I'm asking it to add current opportunity summary to remind me of what we're going to be talking about on the call. Account history, and that's always very useful to see, what's happened before. How often have they bought from us? Have they inquired a lot and never actually purchased? Because it helps to lead the conversation in the right way. The current situations, the results of the web research, and a suggested call flow. And I actually have research that I did with Cowork on how to create effective discovery call flows. And so I'm actually asking it to ground its proposed flow in these principles. And then I am actually asking it to save it in a specific place, like in the actual client folder, so that I don't have to go and move it afterwards. And again, I will show you what happens when you send that prompt. If I can find the right window. So first, yes, this is the first one, which was actually here. So when you ask Cowork to build a skill, you can see it's doing its little thinking process. And then it actually provides you a little skill scoring card, which is, I think, pretty cool. So it tells you how it's doing in terms of different criteria. And that means you can actually tweak it. And for example, here you can see that we haven't set any guardrails against what happens if something unexpected pops up. And it actually tells me, there you go. Here, some information, and it proposes to me to optimize it, which I didn't do this time because it was for a demo, but it actually helps you to improve what you build with it. And then to actually use the skill, so there's two ways. One is to just type /discovery prep, and actually you can see there's a suggestion. And then, for example, the name of the person. And then you just hit enter, and that's enough because it has all the information on what to do. So from that, it's going to build your discovery prep document, which is really awesome. Or if you forgot what your skill is called, you go here, add work context, skills, and discovery. I had to make two because there was a little bug and challenge, but this is how you would find it. And then again, you just click it and then type either a person name or a company name, and it does the same thing. And then once you actually type it, so you can see here my input, discovery prep 2 with my name. I use my name because I actually sent a fake email to this demo account earlier to get some information. And you can see the thought process, and then there we go. We have a Word document, and I'll show you quickly what it looks like. So this is an example. And again, you can refine it a lot more to get exactly what you want, but it has everything I asked for: the current opportunity, account history, which is taken from actually demo emails that I've sent, but it has pulled them appropriately. Current company and situation, suggested call flow. And so I can follow this. Often I do review it and make a few edits, but again, it gives you a really solid starting point. And also because it works from previously researched and validated principles, it actually is pretty good quality from the start.